Saram, the Sai Satcharitra, chapter 5, page 24, second paragraph. How this fakir got the name Sai. When the marriage party came to Shirdi, it alighted at the foot of a banyan tree in Bhagat Malasapati's field near the Khandoba temple. The carts were loosened in the open courtyard of Khandoba temple, and the members of the party descended one by one, and the fakir also got down. Bhagat Malasapati saw the young fakir getting down and accosted him, Ya Sai, welcome Sai. Others also addressed him as Sai, and thenceforth he became Sai Baba. Just imagine. Rather, I am not a big fan of visualization, but here I would suggest you do. Lord, sitting in a bullock cart, alights at Bhagat Malasapati's field, the conclusive travel of Lord to the destination where millions and millions of his devotees and disciples, decades and centuries to come, would come and visit him. He gets down from the cart. All the people of the marriage party next to Khandoba Mandir was the fields of Bhagat Malasapati. Lord gets down and Bhagat Malasapati just sees this 23, 24-year-old young man, lean, tall, broad shoulders, a kaffani, blue eyes, barefoot, cheerful smile, pleasant smile, nothing on his head like what we see now, long hair, extremely handsome. Looking at him, you feel absolute peace, bright like a light, a lamp. When Bhagat Mahalasapati, please understand here, when he sees him, it's a spontaneous reaction. Ya Sai. In Marathi, Ya means come. Ya Sai. A master who did not even have a name. He did not even have a name till such time that his disciple gives him a name. A master who had no identity, but he was to be identified with every living and non-living being in the universe. A one who did not have a name. And as we know, one of us gave him a name. His disciple gave him a name. That is the one of an absolute avadhuta who has nothing, not even a name. That is your Guru Shri Saipanth. And just absorb that beauty. That lean, tall man, young man, long hair, blue eye, broad shoulders, Ajanubahu. Ajanubahu means his arms were very long. That is a typical description of any avatar. Lord Rama is called as Ajanubahu. Lord Krishna has been called as an Ajanubahu. Everybody, all the avatars, because they have a longer hands. So almost Baba's hands were almost just 2-3 inches above his knee. That long was his hand. Very masculine, lean but masculine, handsome to the core. And when Baba used to walk, upper body, above the body, he used to be stable. It never used to move. Only below his torso, his waist and below his leg, that used to move. He used to move as if he used to glide, which is called In our language, in our Vedic language, we call it as Daiva Gambhirya. The Daiva Gambhirya means the divine dignity. When Bhagat Mahalasapati sees his guru, it is not that he has seen an avatar, he has seen some miraculous man or some fakir or some yogi or some sadhu, siddha, whatever. He sees his guru and spontaneous, it is not thought through. He doesn't ask anybody for his name. These are the things we need to know. Malasapati doesn't ask anybody what is his name. Who is this person? He looks so, divine. He's got such a divine dignity, Daiva Gambhirya. Who is this? He doesn't ask. Spontaneously, he knows. It comes from within. When you see your guru, Daiva Gambhirya that he has, he says, Sai, please come, oh my Lord. So a master, an Avadhuta, Purnavadhuta, and Purnavatara of Adiguru Dattatreya, an Avadhutas are fakirs in Persian language or in Sufi order of practice. He is such a Digambara. Digambara doesn't mean naked. Digambara means that one who doesn't possess anything. He is such a Digambara that he doesn't even have a name. Avadhuta Sampradaya, in Avadhuta Sampradaya, it is very common. The Avadhutas don't even have names, right? Brahma Avadhutas. So that is the beautiful expression of Sri Bhagat Mahalasapati, who, as we go forward, we will realize the chief priest of this greatest of the greatest masters, gurus that have descended on earth, right? So thenceforth, he became Sai Baba. Sai means the divine. Sai is divine. Baba in Marathi is father. The divine father. God Father. We can call him as our father, our godfather also. So he says, actually, transliteration is God Father. Sai Baba. Literally, Baba in Marathi is father. Sai is God. God, divine, whatever. So he says, my God, my Father. In one word, Godfather. So he sees the fatherly love in his Guru. So he calls him Sai Baba. Contact with other saints. We continue the next paragraph. Sai Baba began to stay in a deserted masjid, a mosque. One saint named Devidas had been living in Shirdi for many years before Baba came there. Baba liked his company. He stayed with him in the Maruti temple, in the Chavdi, and for some time he lived alone. Somebody is.
Ashimaji.
He stayed with him in the Maruti temple in the Chavdi, and for some time he lived alone. Then came another saint by name Janki Das. Baba spent most of his time in talking with him. Or Janki Das went to Baba's residence. So also one Vaishya householder saint from Purdambhe by name Gangagir always frequented Shirdi. When he first saw Sai Baba carrying pitchers of water in both hands for watering the garden, he was amazed and said openly, blessed is Shirdi that it got this precious jewel. Right? What happens is, first reaction of Bhagat Mahalasapati is very spontaneous. He sees Baba, he says, he's blank, he's in samadhi, nirvichara samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi. When he sees his guru, he's in samadhi. That is because he is thoughtless, he is desireless. There is nothing, he's just seen his guru, the divine presence of his guru. That is the point of enlightenment for Bhagat Malasapati. He just see what happens with all our sadhanas, meditation and dhyana that we do, we try to attain, or we somehow attain in our path of Shunya Kriya, we attain Nirvichara Samadhi, thoughtless awareness. There are no other thoughts. Nirvikalpa Samadhi, there is no desire also, nothing. That is what we attain as a Sakshi, as a witness. This is exactly happens to Bhagat Malasapati when he first sees his Guru. First of all, there are no thoughts. There is no desire also. He is just in a state of bliss. Satchidananda. Because if he had thoughts, he would have asked others, what's his name? If he had desire to know him, he would have asked, where has he come from? What is his origin? No questions, no thoughts, no desires, just a state of bliss. That moment when he sees his Guru, Sri Sainatha, that is, you see all the state of Nirvichara Samadhi, thoughtless awareness, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, desireless awareness, and Nirvana. Shunya, nothing. Satchidananda, state of bliss. This is exactly what happens to Bhagat Malasapati. And what is the expression? The Divine Father. Ya Sai, come the Divine. That's all is his expression. Samadhi is what Shri Bhagat Mahalasapati was in. Just a gaze at your Guru, you're enlightened. Do nothing, just you're enlightened. So we move forward. But post that, what happens? After all that, the divine experience, Samadhi Sthiti, Satchidananda, Turya, Shunya, Kaivalya, whatever he experiences for those few minutes or seconds, fractions of seconds. After that, the worldly existence descends. Conditioned mind creeps in. So he sees Baba's attire. He has not observed anything till such time, but for the presence, then he sees his attire. Because he has come with a Muslim family to Shirdi to be a part of a wedding, and then he is dressed possibly like in a kafni, which is mostly worn by fakirs. So he thinks not that his divinity or his oneness and his love and his integration with his guru has got anything, but just that considering that he looks like a Muslim fakir. So he says, out of concern for Baba, not resistance from within. Please understand the psychology of Bhagat Malasapati. We have to step into his thoughts. He is first of all looking at his Guru, is enlightened, and then the worldly thing starts descending. Just to comfort, thinking that he may not be comfortable in staying in a temple, the priest of which was Bhagat Mahalasapati, he tells Baba that there is one mosque, dilapidated mosque. Nobody performs namaz there. It is gone. Dogs, pigs, and everything is lying there. It's deserted. It's not kept well. But I'll clean it up for you. You can reside there or rest there. Not that Bhagat Mahalasapati. Some people have this question. Bhagat Mahalasapati being a non-Muslim, so he sent Baba to a mosque where only the Muslims can go or whatever. It's not the case. Bhagat Malasapati thinks that Baba is not going to be comfortable in a temple. Khandoba is a avatar of Shiva. So he may not be comfortable, and he says that stay in the mosque, thinking that he is a Muslim. And the first reaction, Baba says, Sabka Malik Ek. That's what he says in Marathi, of course, and goes to Dwarka Mai to stay. So now that Baba is staying in Dwarka Mai, right behind, diagonally behind Dwarka Mai is Maruti Mandir. There is this Chavdi and Baba's association. Now we see, I mean, sometimes we go on our own retreats, we go to the Himalayas, we go to holy places. When we go there, at least for us, what is our desire? To be in company with like-minded spiritual seekers. Baba also, when he was in Shirdi, he used to associate himself with people who were spiritually inclined or spiritually deeply soaked, engulfed in spirituality. Satsanga. Baba has given out a clear message. As we go forward in Satcharitra, Baba has very clearly said, don't be in the company of atheists. Don't be in the company of malicious people. Don't be in the company of people who are wrongdoers. It is not good for you. Sangat ka asar. Baba has very clearly mentioned, be with the like-minded people. Be with right people. When you are walking on the spiritual path, be with spiritual seekers. Be in the custody, I mean, in the company of seekers and masters. Be there. The influence of Maya or certainly affects us. Baba says he's in his own life. His life is a message in itself. He was always in the company of holy saints and his contact with other saints. He was always in company with saints. Before lot of his disciples started flocking into Shirdi, right? So Baba stayed with Devidas, who had been living in Shirdi for a long time, and then at Hanuman Mandir in the Chavdi, and for some time lived alone in Dwarka. Then came another saint by name Janki Das. Baba spent most of his time talking to with him, or Janki Das went to Baba's residence. Now, also we should understand anything to happen in our lives or anything that has to occur in the universe. If there is any design that needs to manifest, there is always something called as preparations. Something is working at the background for the preparations. Purnavatara of Adivuru Dattatreya, Guru Samrat, where all the gurus integrate in him. He is to come to Shirdi. Dilapidated structure, I wouldn't call it a mosque or a temple or anything. Nothing. One of the remotest possible place on earth. Today, because of Baba, Shirdi is what it is. People throng, there's an airport and everything we know. But if you take that away, there is nothing in Shirdi. Likewise, there was nothing. But when the divine has to appear there, prior to that, lot of people came to Shirdi. They settled down. They were preparing the ground. The soil was blessed with divine masters. This Gangagir, as it has been mentioned here, is a no ordinary man, no ordinary saint. This Devidas is not an ordinary saint. He was a Hanuman Upasaka. Hanuman Upasaka, he used to have a conversation with Hanumanji. He used to live in Hanuman Mandir, one of the greatest masters and Hanuman Upasaka the world has ever known. That was Devidas. It's very, just the names are mentioned in Shri Sai Satcharitra. But he was one of the greatest. When Devidas used to recite Ramacharitamanasa or read Ramayana, Parayana, for the children and people of Shirdi. People say it's a tradition to keep a chair or a place or a platform which is empty when we are reading Ramayana or Ramacharitamanasa. That is a place where Shri Hanumanji has promised every Ram Bhakt that whenever you recite the Ramayana, read Ramayana, when you're doing the Parayana of Ramayana, I will be million places on earth, I'll be present everywhere. I will attend. This is a word given by Lord Hanuman. People in Shirdi, it is recorded, of course, in Sai Leela magazine. When Devidas was singing and reciting Ramayana, telling the stories of Ramayana, there obviously was a place, a platform where a cushion was kept and a blanket was on it. People have seen the blanket crumpled. When they touched that place, it was warm. Besides all these things, people have seen Lord Hanuman sitting there. Not delusional, it is all recorded. That was how powerful was Devidas as a Hanuman Upasaka. And the grapevine says the history of Sri Sai Maharaj, whether we, uh, you know, substantiate or not, whether we can or not, Baba's Kuladevata, Kuladaiva was Lord Hanuman. Even to this day, across the world, wherever Sri Shirdi Sainath Mandir is there, close by, there will be a Hanuman Mandir. There will be a Hanuman Mandir, then there will be a Sai Mandir which will be built. So Baba, of course, I mean, like beyond religion, blah, all those things we know. But Hanuman Mandir and Baba Mandir, even to this day, you will see it close by or next to each other. Or a Hanuman Mandir in Baba Mandir compound or complex, or Baba Mandir in Hanuman Mandir compound or complex. Kuladevata of Lord Sainatha was Lord Hanuman. Now we see that Baba used to stay in a temple. He got down in the from the cart and to go and stay in a temple. But Malasapati sends him to a mosque. He stays there also. He goes and stays in Hanuman Mandir also. He goes and stays in Chavdi also. भगवान को हम धर्म की बोतल में ना उतारे तो अच्छा है. Let us not size up God in the eyes of religion. God has no religion. A guru has no religion. A guru doesn't belong to any religion. A guru doesn't have any religion. Guru is liberated from the clutches of religion. God is liberated from the clutches of religion. How stupid and shallow can we be to say that he was a Hindu or a Muslim? How does it matter? What difference does it make? भगवान को धर्म की बोतल में ना उतारे. Let us not slot God or a divine or an avatar or a guru within the confines of a religion. They have literally, if you see two of the most important masters, one was Sant Kabir Das, second is our Guru Sri Sai Natha, who is an avatar of Kabira himself, Sant Kabir himself. Sant Kabir Das rejected all the religions. He eternally condemned all the religions. All his dohas are about condemning the religions. But he always praised the divine, Ishwar, one God, entity. Baba accepted all the religions. He dissolved all the religions himself. One rejected, one accepted. In one birth, the divine rejected everything, but the world was not prepared to give up So in this birth, Lord accepted all the religions and dissolved everything in himself. These are the two extremes, Sant Kabir Das and Sri Sai. In Shirdi, it's very clearly mentioned. Baba dissolves and absorbs all the religions. He decided to come and stay in a Shiv Mandir or Khandoba Mandir. He was asked to go and stay in a dilapidated structure, which used to be a mosque. Then he says from there he goes and stays in Hanuman Mandir, Shiv Mandir, Chavdi, back here alone with saints, sadhus, siddhas, yogis, avadhutas, and alone also. That's what this paragraph talks about, right? Baba also spent most of the time talking to a saint called Janki Das. There were a lot of saints in Shirdi before Baba came. Lots and lots of saints. They used to come, they used to stay in Hanuman Mandir for what? There is nothing in Shirdi. I would definitely like to draw everybody's attention. There is nothing in Shirdi. There is no history. There is no spiritual history. There's nothing of Shirdi. But all the saints, many saints. Punathamba is about 10 kilometers away from Shirdi, which is called as Purnasthamba, right? The real name is Purnasthamba, which has a lot of spiritual significance, which is about 10, 12 kilometers from Shirdi. Saints from Purthamba or Purnasthamba used to come to Shirdi and stay. Purnamba is a place where Goraknath was from. So he also used to, they say, long ago, he had performed penance there. So we cannot just say that, we have to dive deep that Shirdi is just another place Baba came and stayed there. No, it has history, which is not observed or understood. It is staring at our face, into our eyes. It is written, documented, but we don't dive deep into. Our journey as Saipanthis is only to enjoy the depth of Sainatha's teachings and Sri Sai Satcharitra. However, we go forward. So he used to speak with this saint called Janki Das. Janki Das was a very learned man, exceptionally learned. He had all the Puranas, all the bhashyas. Bhashyas are interpretations and commentaries on religious texts. He had every knowledge. He had studied Vedas. He had studied all Vedas, Upanishads, Aranyakas, Brahmanikas, Upavedas, everything, Shastras, perfect. Baba used to sit and converse with him. Superficially, if you see, Baba who, he is, nobody knows what he spoke, what language he spoke. How many of us are even really, have tried to know which language Baba spoke in? I mean, of course, presumed Marathi. So, but he used to spend a lot of time, both Janki Das and Devi Das. Janki Das, an exceptionally intelligent and who had deep knowledge of Vedas and Shastras. And Devi Das, the greatest Upasaka of Hanumanji. He used to spend some time with them and finally retreat to his abode of Dwarkamai and rest peacefully, spend time with himself also. That was the life of Sri Sainatha in Shirdi and how he used to engage with other saints in Shirdi. The last, we complete this paragraph. So also one Vaishya householder, Vaishyas are the business class, saint from Purthambe by name Gangagir, always frequented Shirdi. When he saw Sai Baba carrying pitchers of water in both hands for watering the garden, he was amazed and said openly, "Blessed is Shirdi that it got this precious jewel." This man carrying water today, this man is carrying water today, but he is not an ordinary fellow. At this land of Shirdi, at this land was as this land was fortunate and meritorious, it secured this jewel. Actually, what he says, Gangagir, Gangagir is Ramgir Bua's uncle. Ramgir Bua's story is there in Shri Sai Satcharitra. We'll come to that. Gangagir, he says, actually, he says in pure Marathi, this is very glorified. He calls Shirdi as a kachara, is a dustbin. And he says, this crown jewel of all the gurus is fallen on that kachra. It's just a metaphor. He doesn't condemn Shirdi. He cannot. Kachre mein pada hua hira. When we say it in Hindi, it's easy to comprehend. A diamond, a precious diamond fallen in the dustbin. So Gangagir Bhuva to identify what Baba was, and he professed, he predicted. Baba used to carry, 2 pots of water. Where Samadhi Mandir is today was his garden. There was a garden in Samadhi Mandir. Now you go back and visit, everything happens. Baba used to look after where the Samadhi Mandir is, where Baba's Samadhi is. From his younger days, he knew that he will be, his body will be inserted in this place. So he was taking care of that. It's a place where millions of his disciples would come and stand on. He was nurturing that place. And he used to carry 2 pots of water. It's a very beautiful story. There was a kumbhar. Kumbhar means the potter. He used to give 2 earthen pots which were not baked. Baba used to carry water in both the pots, water the plants. Marigold plants were his favorite. He used to water the plants and leave those, pots, and it used to just dissolve or break and go away every day. It has a lot of spiritual significance. It has a lot of spiritual importance. We will come to that when we go there, when we reach there. However, Gangagir knew. How evolved is Gangagir? Just imagine now. Let us not talk about Baba being what he is and Gangagir just predicted. No. To understand and see and give this prophecy that someday this fakir, this jewel, this precious stone who is carrying 2 pots of water, he will be drawing millions and millions of people. Imagine the spiritual evolution of Gangagir. He was the first one who gave this prophecy. Now he says this blessed is Shirdi that it got this precious jewel. He says, finally, this place called Shirdi got its precious jewel. He is one with Shirdi. It is his. Shirdi is his and he is of Shirdis. So he always frequented Shirdi. This man is carrying water today, but he is not an ordinary fellow. As this land was fortunate and meritorious, it secured this jewel. So also one famous Maharaj came to Shirdi with some people. When he saw Sai Baba, he said openly, this is a precious diamond in reality. Though he looks like an ordinary man, he is not a gur, that is ordinary stone, but a diamond. You will realize this in your future. Saying this, he returned to Yavala. This was said while Sai Baba was a youngster. Every saint who is of a spiritual state, who has a certain spiritual stature, who is evolved enough, the moment they saw Baba, they said, this is the one who's going to draw millions of people. When Baba was still a young boy, young man, as I said, he was just 23 or 24 when he came back to Shirdi. The second coming of Lord was at the age of 24. between 24 to 28. So you can consider around between 24 to 26 of what was the age of Baba, the bodily age. He has no age. So everybody, he says, he comes with a troop, he comes with a set of his disciples, and he is from the Yavala Mutt. Mutt is a monastery, who was the head of that monastery. As everybody, he just sees Baba from a distance and he says, this man or this guru is no ordinary. In the near future, he also starts, in the near future, you will see a lot of people flocking to him and he's saving many people. So Baba's interaction, how saints and sadhus who saw him and how they identified, to start with from Bhagat Mahalasapati first, a disciple identifies his guru. A disciple gives a name to his guru. A disciple directs the guru to stay in a place. A guru is always in company of like-minded people. A guru who has been identified by others as a guru. A master who has been respected, revered, and whatever we have done today, we do today, hundreds of years ago. The other masters, they identified Baba. That's what this story says, and how he interacted with Shri, other saints of Shirdi who visited Shirdi, right? This completes this paragraph, contact with other saints. Sai Ram.